Welcome, everyone. This is Division A and B's Calling the Audible. I'm your host, Peeze. I'm joined by two new members of the media, Marco Maciotra and Vinny Galano.
Hello.
I have some technical issues, and I am suffering from allergies.
You also have
drinking.
normal issues.
Yeah, in general as well.
Yeah.
So I'm already struggling as it is, but I also don't remember you
We'll
guys'
get
Twitter
through it.
handles and so on.
We'll
so
get through it as a team, except for Vinny.
He's cut.
He's not a team.
I'm a one-man show, don't
He's
worry.
not a team guy.
So where can people find you on social media, Marco?
You can find me, I guess, at Mashotra22, or my work. Plug my work, Tigris CSG.
Absolutely,
there it is.
future sponsor of FBF. Hopefully.
Yeah.
And Vinny?
I don't have Twitter, so you can't find me.
Vinny, of course, is...
You don't want to find him anywhere. His opinions don't matter.
He is too pretentious, of course, for Twitter. So
This is going to be fun.
I, of course, can be found at Peeze FPF, where you can, of course, send the hate mail because I absolutely adore it. And you can reach me on Facebook as well. I am Peeze Delariz. Many of you already know. You can message me directly if you have any comments.
He
complaints, and
answers.
so forth.
He answers.
I do.
It's very approachable.
I try to be anyway.
Yeah.
And unless it was a rough night, in which case
Then it
it's
takes you a
rough for
couple
everyone.
days.
Then it takes me a
Then
couple
it takes
days.
a couple days.
Say, Marco, I don't care. Give me 5
Yeah,
seconds.
Yeah. No, I'm like, Peeze, let's talk, bro. He's like, no, okay, no, I need like
Tell
a
me how
week.
great I am.
I need 17 coffees. The show, of course, being produced by Chapman at Master Control, doing a good job for us tonight. We are brought to you in the what's it, Stade de Montréal? Is that the name of the
I
stadium?
think that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
Papineau? The new
Yeah, I
field
think
at FPF. For those of you, most of us have already played
This is
here.
my favorite field.
Me too. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's not.
Is it really? I
super
hate the
fun.
lighting here.
No, I love it.
The
I love
field
it.
field
Raw
3
stars.
is rough for lighting. But
Yeah, at like 7.
yeah.
It's right in your eyes.
But like once the sun sets, it's
Yeah,
fine.
I agree.
Our new studio's not ready yet. It should be interesting. We're gonna have a green screen set up.
Basement?
It's in a basement, but what's cool about that is we get to set it up whichever way we like. We're really getting to build it from scratch. It's going to be horrible, sweaty, and smell like testicles completely.
We get to hang out with Rob, so it's worth it.
Yeah, of course. Rob's mom especially. She's just upstairs.
Is there going to be cookies?
I'm hoping.
I love cookies.
She's a wonderful
Cookies
woman.
and milk. We're
I
good.
love cookies, man. Since I started with my girlfriend, it's just all cookies. It's all downhill from there.
It's
you know?
rough, right?
Yeah.
Division A action, guys. Right off the bat, we see two upsets, as mentioned in Simon Dagenet's article, which is out. It is mediocre, but why not read it anyway?
Yeah.
You're bound to go to the bathroom at some point.
Right.
Just like he did all over that article. So we see the Finest lose to Braves, and we see Rare Bears take an L as
Yeah.
well. But before we do that, before we get into your game, Marco, I want to talk a little bit about the Finest game. My observation of the Finest has been as follows, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The first time the Finest play you is your best chance to beat them, because once they've seen what you do, they're so adaptable and their roster is so strong that they tend to come out the second time around much stronger and they're much more difficult to beat. Now you've had a lot of matches against them.
I have a hard time answering this because we've been playing Finest for a long time now, and we just we don't seem to change how we both play for each other, and it always ends up being an awesome game as it was in the finals, right? With that being said, I don't really think they care as much anymore as normal. Like, they've been doing it so long. It's week 1, just summer's about to start. I just don't think they came out like really ready to play, you know? Like, they just won the championship. I don't think they really care until they get back into the playoffs. So I don't think it's really first time you play that's going to be your best shot, because until they are ready to turn it on like the Cleveland Cavs, I think everyone has a good shot against them. So that's my take.
See, I think the Braves are kind of like the way you describe the Finest. The first time you play the Braves, they're a little bit uneasy on how to play you, but then they adjust really quickly. They did the same thing against Lazare in the finals last year. Halftime adjustments. They're all big guys. They're fast. They're physical. They're strong. Like last year, playing them in Division 2, I knew right away they can compete in 1. I'm a little bit shocked that they beat the Finest. I won't lie, but they're the.
Well, at
toughest
this point,
team.
we're shocked anytime
No.
the Finest
Yeah,
lose.
I guess not the D boys, but that's my opinion.
Mar-
Marco disagrees.
Marco, I mean, we saw them play in the overnight tournament.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it there, actually.
Exactly.
So, how does your opinion of Braves differ from then to now? Vinny, of course, feels that there hasn't.
Yeah.
They've been able to compete from day one. How does it differ from when you first saw them to now, if at all?
Yeah. So I'll let. Well, what Vinny said is obviously true. Like, I didn't get to see them play in Div 2. We were in a different division, like in different conference. We never got to play them, but we did play them in the overnight tournament with Brotherhood. I was quarterbacking and we mashed them. So I was like, they're not that good. but apparently they were missing a lot of guys, and from what I heard from everyone else, that they're awesome. I still haven't gotten like an actual chance to watch them play, and I'm looking forward to seeing them, and not only seeing them but playing against them. But they have some big guys. They have some tall guys, and that's in Div 1 or Div A. That's important to have.
Size is important.
Yeah.
I think there's other than the center, Mike
Mike Parasite.
Other than him, I think every guy's over 6 foot on that team.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Parasite, like this, he's not big, but he catches the ball in tight spots. He's a guy.
Physical. He's quick.
He gets hammered all the time, and he always holds onto the ball.
No, but kudos to them, because I saw on Facebook they posted like a little snippet of the game. I don't know if everyone saw this, and it was like a 7-minute video or whatever. I watched like 5 minutes of it, and the Finest were just destroying them. Like they went down the field, they scored in 3 plays, easy, and then Braves were like laboring to go up the field. So I like turned it off. I'm like, this is gonna be a blowout. Then I woke up in the morning and I saw the Braves won. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So, you know, they probably just always are going to keep themselves in the game one way or another. Good defense, big guys, and that's probably how they're going to make their way through Division A.
But their offense is a great system, too. Like, the quarterback, Jonathan Mayer, is awesome.
And it's not typical of FPF. It's not a lot of the same stuff we see. They played in Terrebonne League. It's not the same kind of league as FPF. So there's definitely a learning curve for teams playing against them. And given that they've played so long together, their spacing and their timing is impeccable.
Yeah, so that's another thing. I was going to say, like, it's impressive. They come in and they go right through Division 2 to Division 1, but then you bring that up. They've been playing together so long that it kind of just spills over, right? You know how to play. And
then we see the big names added. We see Vince Nardone added. We see JD Chevalier added. But yet it's their typical game playmakers making plays.
Well, Vince is a Terrebonne dude, right?
That's true.
JD too, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Oh, well, there we go.
Wow.
So I don't know if they know them from outside.
That makes sense.
I think
Maybe they
I
golfed
think
together.
they played touch with JD, if I understood correctly from what Simon told me. So it's not worth shit.
Yeah, that doesn't mean a thing.
I don't even listen when Simon
I remember this. Oh man. Okay, so I need to digress because it's awesome. It was last season. Kendall Myers got hurt in Division 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to Kendall, like, hey, I just sent a message. Hey man, how's it going? I saw you got hurt last night. You doing all right? And Simon was like, yeah. It was something like he had hurt his wrist, and Simon was like, easily broken arm, obviously broken arm. I saw it was like a sprain. It was a bad sprain or something. It was something that kept him out for weeks, but it was like he just got it completely wrong, but had the confidence of like, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
So when I saw it, it was broken in 18 places.
Dr. Dagenet.
He's fighting for his life basically in the hospital.
Life support.
Yeah.
Fighting for life was Rare Bears in the first game of the season.
Yeah.
You guys lose to Rainmakers.
It was super weird.
Surprising start.
Yeah, it was a weird game. We came out and we were like pretty fired up. We scored pretty easily our first 2 drives, and then it kind of like was weird after we took our foot off the pedal, and they didn't really have their whole team, you know. So like I give them all the credit. Like they played awesome for what the people they had. They played amazing. They had a guy I'd never seen before pick me off twice in the red zone. That
Hugo Alemano is the guy I want to bring up.
Yeah.
Vinny, you know him, right? Or you've played against him in lower divisions?
I've never played him. I've actually seen him like in passing play with Junkyard Dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth, that team, they can't really use his skill set because the system, I guess, is not made for a receiver like him. But he's fast. He's tall. He could jump high. Like, he's a physical.
Yeah.
He's very physical. He's a good player for higher divisions. I think lower divisions, it's a little bit harder to dominate for his style because the quarterbacks aren't as on point.
You need a good quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
Really get to the ball.
He's the type of receiver that if you have a good quarterback, he'll dominate. If you have one who just chucks it up and that, it's a little bit tougher for him to make plays.
Well, look, he completely surprised me. I had no idea who he was. I was kind of targeting him a bit, and Theo was having his way until like 1 or 2 plays kind of got away from us, and he just jumped in and picked. They were nice picks. Like I don't know if anyone saw. Like they were nice picks.
I saw the beginning of this game, and like I said, like you said, Marco, like Rare Bears were dominating.
Yeah, we were dominating, and then it just I don't know what happened. They played awesome. They kept it together. We were asleep on defense. I think we blew like 3 or 4 coverages, and like mental errors, like that's not acceptable. Physical errors, that happens all the time, but we were blowing coverages. We're getting mad at each other, and it's game 1.
Yeah. We just mentioned that Ryan Kastner ran a 40-yard touchdown on
Yeah,
them.
so that's another thing. They were up with the ball with like 6 plays left, and we needed a pick, so we were all jumping everything, and this guy just takes off down the sideline and goes for 40.
I'm pretty sure he juked a couple guys on his way.
Yeah,
there.
it was nice.
It was like Vinny Galano trying to deflag me.
Ryan
in a
played
C
great.
Game.
Your hips are too,
Ryan
too
played great.
smooth. I couldn't get you.
Bobby Mickelberg, to your point, scoring 3 touchdowns in this game, definitely a sign. When one guy gets 3 scores on you, it's definitely a sign that your defense is blowing.
Yeah, well,
coverages.
it was also we have couple new guys all playing together. Like Papic first time playing with us, Papic and Kyle on that same side, or Papic and Theo on the same side. You know, communication issues, that's gonna happen sometimes. It's just one game. If we go 5-5 and the last 5 games we win, we're ready for the playoffs. I don't care, as long as it's going to be us and Finest back in the finals.
Papic is a monster anyway. Give him a game or two. It's a learning curve playing Division 1 when you're used to 2 or 3. He's gonna dominate. This guy is unbelievable.
He's good.
For him to not to be on the stat sheet is kind of odd, but he's gonna dominate.
He was there. He had a couple catches.
Well, whoever's score kept screwed that one up.
Yeah. Monstars beat Top Guns, a game you were in, Vinny. What are your impressions of Monstars first time?
They're a good team. They were missing Brisebois, who's, in my opinion, their best
Crackwood.
receiver. Pardon?
His nickname
Crackwood, Brisebois.
Crack.
It's a literal translation.
Vinny is not.
I'm slow
sharpest
today.
player.
Sorry, we're very late. I should be in
It's
bed
actually-
by now.
You
It's
should
actually
see.
a nickname from his coaching staff when he played tackle.
You should see him type. We're in a group for our Div B team, and it's the worst thing.
It's
alive.
talk to text. It's not my fault. It does not understand.
It's awful,
me.
right?
It's
I use
awful.
a lot in the car, and it's not great. It's
Yeah.
not great.
But you know what? They played awesome. We were dominating the first half. We had a couple stops. We took the lead. Going to half, we stopped on the last play to go up a score, to stay up a score and start with the ball. And then the second half, they just adjusted to us.
And then they mashed you.
They pretty much mashed us. We could not.
Same thing Rainmakers
I think
did.
we scored one drive in the second half, if I'm not mistaken, if at all. And then we couldn't stop them in the second half. They just drove the field on us.
If you guys don't have Springer, you are not good.
It's fair. That's a fair statement.
Yeah.
I can't. I've never played with Springer, so I don't know for a fact. But I can't argue.
He just brings the fire, man.
We just got mashed. You're right.
He brings the fire. If you don't have Springer, you guys are garbage.
Having played with him, I can say he definitely does bring the fire. That's one way to put it.
It's not always a good thing, is it though?
Sam Mashtub, I coached
God.
him in FPF Junior last season, so see him coming to Div 1.
That's
score
awesome,
touchdowns,
eh?
Pretty impressive. It's
Good
pretty
on
impressive.
him. Good
so
on
definitely
him.
want to give him a shout out.
Yeah,
He
for
dropped
sure.
4 balls.
Get out of here,
He
man.
did though. He dropped 4 balls and he was talking shit afterwards.
He does drop a lot of balls.
And he was talking afterwards. I was like,
So
oh,
what?
God.
That's all he does is talk. He's still young, man.
Ah.
I was talking
For
till
a
I was like
16-year-old to
25.
score a deep touchdown on Anthony Van Dam, I was impressed. He caught a post on him, and man,
Good for him.
It was a nice play.
He's gonna be good.
He is. No,
He
he's,
will be absolutely.
Yeah.
give him like 3 years.
But he
he'll be a
does. He
good
does
player,
need to cure the dropsies a little bit, and he's one of these guys who it kind of gets in his head,
Yeah.
and the more. He's fine until he drops his first
He's
one.
so
and
young.
then
He's
other
still
ones will
going
come
through
in.
puberty. He doesn't know,
It's
he
also
doesn't know
true.
what's going on.
His voice changes so many
one
times.
drop, and it's like, oh no, I don't want to go to school.
STL beating Quan 33-32. Two interesting teams, although Quan's missing both Perry brothers and Jamal Springer in this game.
So their team.
I think Delaney is on it too now. Giovanni.
Gio?
I think he's on that team, if I'm
It's a
not
good pickup.
mistaken.
It's a good pickup if they got him.
And if
I don't quote me on it, but
Aren't
that's
you his
what I
friends?
that's what I heard. Yeah, but that's what I heard. I don't know if he's gonna be officially there, but yeah.
It's definitely. It's definitely not the same team. Missing all those pieces. Are you surprised that they were able to keep it that close, given missing all that talent?
Not really. Honestly, nothing really surprised me in FBF anymore. Like, it's
Yeah.
one game. Like, anything could happen. Over the season, you see teams, separate themselves. They go 8-2, 9-1, whatever. But, like, if you're a decent team, which they are, Quan, who's to say they can't beat STL one time? Right?
No, for sure. And
Alex is a good enough quarterback that he can keep up with any team. So
Yeah.
just defensively, if you have to get those stops, and if Dylan Taylor's on, and especially with Theo
Yeah,
out
they got
there,
weapons.
Jamie
Like
out
Theo-
there, Guillaume
Theo-
De Palma out there, you're not gonna stop him.
Theo, in my opinion, is the best two-way player in flag.
And
I don't
fully
think
agree
it's
with
I don't
that.
think it's
Yeah.
even close,
There's no
right? So whenever
disagreements
you
in
have
this room.
Theo on your team, you have a good chance to win. So STL with Dylan and Theo in Div B, that's a powerhouse right off the bat, because you have one of the top quarterbacks in the division with the best player in flag. So like,
Are you surprised with
Point two
STL?
under the cap.
Are you surprised with STL playing in Division B after doing so well in Division 2?
I told Rob before even the ratings were adjusted, I'm like, Dylan Taylor better not be allowed to throw in B. And then
because you're a baby.
I think that he's better than than most B quarterbacks.
Because
I
B
think
is
he's too good.
is
I
close to
think
Division 3,
if-
basically.
Seeing all the people who jumped up who are not allowed to throw in B anymore, I
Mhm.
think he's too good to throw in B, in my personal opinion. It's a compliment to him. It's not being
Yeah.
a baby.
No, you're right. But you're complaining that they're
All
allowed
this-
to have a team.
Pardon?
But you're complaining that they're allowed to have a team in B.
No, you
Kinda.
could try having a different quarterback.
I guess
A lot of teams did
like
that.
like what we did, I guess, in B. But not like
Dick.
that's their team, right? But like that's their team, right? And like I don't see why you have to like tell the guy he can't play quarterback in 2 divisions if he hasn't been playing that long.
Well, that's where the adjustment takes some time to come in with
Yeah.
the ratings, because if you played Division D last summer, I believe, as quarterback. So it does take time because it takes into account your last 3 seasons. So it does take time to shift up a little bit. Something awesome and funny happened this game. Seth Galina caught a pass, juked out 3 guys. The team was cheering him on. And then he tried to juke, and then everyone on both teams just started laughing as he was quickly deflagged. It was one of the funniest things I've actually witnessed in an SPL
recorded
game.
it.
I stopped trying to juke people a long time ago. A long time
But
ago.
definitely, like, he's not a guy who you picture like juking a lot of dudes anyway. So
Yeah.
I mean, if we had a new studio, we could put up his face. But definitely the case. 6 guys minus Ryan. Funny name considering Ryan Phillips decided not to be on the team. He was cut from the team. So kind of rubbing salt in the wound. Hashtag we are Ryan. Fred Vienne having a great game. Have you guys had the chance to see Fred Vienne play?
I saw him a couple times.
Played him in the playoffs,
He's
yeah.
pretty good. He's pretty good.
He's going to be an early prediction. He's going to be the quarterback of the year in Division B for sure.
It's possible. What happens a lot with Fred Vienne as quarterback is he does really well in regular season and in the playoffs. There's just a game where nothing gets going. It's something I've witnessed. Alex
Saw by
Pilon
firsthand.
caught 3 quick slants.
there you go.
Sorry?
There you go. Like Pilon, just taking that
Yeah.
ball 3 yards and just going, right? What do you have? 120 yards probably.
61. So not quite, but 2 touchdowns.
yeah.
You know, and that's a great addition in my opinion.
And
Yeah.
Dean, they got Dean back.
Yeah, Dean Dimitri.
Dean's unbelievable too.
So just a team that already has a lot of speed with Anthony Brisebois, Justin Blanchard, Dean Dimitri.
And they have the snapper, right? The
Mark
brother.
Antoine,
Yeah.
who's basically, when he gets going, is essentially a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Like
He's terrifying.
Yeah.
He's terrifying to try to flag. So you got to jump out of his way and hope you get the flag.
Yeah. Just you put your arm out and hope it comes off.
You miss, you're like, screw it. That's worth
Oops.
it.
And then we see them take it to OTF. So do you think OTF though is a team that can compete, or were they just outclassed in this game?
Well, Justin Smoller's back in the league. It's been a few years he's been out. So I think it's going to take him a couple of weeks to get back in the rhythm. I don't know if he's been playing outdoors or anywhere else. I don't know. But just for FPF rules and all this. But the team itself, they have dominant athletes. Those brothers are on the team. Yeah, I didn't want to try to
God.
butcher their name. So
They used to play in Div 2, right? Back in the day.
Yeah,
Those guys?
so many
Yeah.
guns. I don't know.
Yeah, Young Guns.
Young
Shesha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
those-
they're good, man.
They're very good, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
also Nick Gaudreau was on that team, right? Back in the day.
Back in the day,
Back
James
in the day.
Donald,
Not at the
too.
moment though.
Yeah.
The guys of note on this team are the Mashesha brothers, Kendall Myers, Darius Goblagowski is not a
He's
guy
pretty good, though.
who's not
He's very
known,
good.
Mm-hmm.
but he's very, very good.
He's very athletic.
Yeah.
He's underused, I find, on most of his teams. I played against him numerous times, and this guy can jump. Like, he could probably dunk a ball. I wouldn't be surprised in basketball.
Well,
Like,
he's a
good.
great athlete, and,
Okay,
and
why? Just why? Let me just make my statement.
he's
You're a good guy.
hate
he's a great athlete. He's a great athlete, and he's not a guy who's a problematic guy. He's a very quiet person, so he doesn't mind not even having a big role. Like he's like the dream teammate.
Like
to
a
have,
Rich
you know?
Humes.
Is he
Yeah,
snap-
exactly.
Yeah.
Similar.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, though, Rich
No,
and Famous
let's not speak of
losing
that.
to Incredibles.
Oh, let's talk about it. Why not, man?
It's us,
Both of
man.
you guys were there,
It's
so
better to talk
you-
about things, man.
This is like therapy for
Yeah.
you guys, right?
Yeah.
So,
Me and Mark are going to fight this year, I'm telling you right now.
It's okay.
can't wait.
It's going to be a tough year.
Yeah.
I'm curious because you guys play on the same teams.
It's
That's
weird.
why we're gonna
And
fight.
We even line up on the same side, and I see him there line up and waving his hand like he's big shit, like to the ref. You know?
Make sure I'm on side.
Yeah, whatever. You're on side, man.
Look at the
Everyone
ball and
knows.
see if you're outside.
I need glasses. Okay, my depth perception is not great.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
Anyways, the game. Yeah.
your thoughts first of all on Incredibles as a team in general.
On them, I wasn't really too impressed. Like they beat us, but I've never played with Rich. Alex never played with Rich. I don't think Steen ever played with Rich. Like we're a bunch of new guys all playing together.
Mm-hmm.
We held them to I think 4 touchdowns, and 2 of them were pretty
Where's me getting burnt?
pretty ugly. I was gonna say, but yeah, like that's nicer. Vinny throwing himself under the bus. But no, our defense looked pretty good. Our offense will come together the more we learn how to gel with Rich when he's throwing. You know, he's making that jump also from Division 4 to B, right?
Mhm.
As throwing. But no, we stacked them with some good receivers. Our defense is going to be really strong. I'm not too worried about how our chances are moving forward though.
The key to that game though was
But I asked you about Incredibles.
Oh, and the Incredibles. They didn't
Way to
impress
make it
me.
about yourself.
No,
right?
but they didn't impress me, honestly.
Honestly,
like,
Greg
that's
Stern
what I was
looked
getting
off.
at. We were all new guys, and we almost won the game, right? Like, not
What
saying that
I've
that's
what
a
I've
big deal,
noted
but-
about Greg Stern is there's a lot of timing in the plays that he calls, and if timing gets disrupted,
Yeah,
it doesn't look pretty. it's one of those playbooks that when everything goes well, looks beautiful, but then as soon as one thing goes wrong,
We dropped interceptions. Like he threw us the ball in a few plays. We didn't make the play.
Well, he looks good doing it though. I'll tell you that.
He's got great form.
He looks fantastic
looks
throwing
great
the
form,
ball.
yeah.
He looks fantastic throwing the ball until he throws the ball. But like 50% of the time, it works awesome. The other
But
50%,
Incredible time works all the time.
Yeah,
Incredible's
exactly.
defense is going to be strong simply because of the rusher. That's Chris Millard.
Yeah.
Like he was in Rich's face every play.
Yeah, but they also got Bertoldi and Papich, like and
No, but I'm
Nardone.
just saying,
Like,
if you add a
their
rusher
defense
like
is
that-
good.
I don't think he played rusher for them last year, did he?
Chris
Chris
I don't think he was on the team.
No,
he
that
played
guy.
on top sauce.
He's a difference maker just at rush. Like imagine if we had a Reedy there.
Yeah, and that's another
We
thing
had
Ryan was
a group
missing.
message that screwed with the Reedy, and he thought the game was
We're
at
not
10
gonna get
o'clock in
into that.
Brossard instead of Papano at 7 or 8.
Also, if only there was this amazing website that posted all the
Exactly.
games.
That's another
with
thing.
a calendar app that allowed you
But
to one click check.
conveniently
But
checks at 8:10.
Back to Incredibles, I will say their defense is actually very good. They're very strong. Vince is a D1 defender.
Papich
is a D1 defender. Bertolli played for Rainmakers actually.
Bertolli is a D1 defender.
He's
but
good.
doesn't
He's
play
good.
on
He's
one.
good. You know, so they have the pieces. It's just if the quarterback isn't in his own head, they'll go far. If he gets all flustered and pulls like Sam Mashtube and goes cry every time it doesn't go his way, they're gonna lose, right? So
Yeah.
that's my take on them.
Look, they played well enough to win. They made the plays.
They did win,
And
so.
that's it. Yeah.
Shortly after playing an awful game in Division C, Simon Dagenet went on to have a great game for lightweight, throwing 6 touchdowns, winning 40-19. I'm a little bitter playing with
I
Simon.
don't
in
get
Division
this
C.
kid.
No interceptions.
He was
no
awful in
interceptions.
C. I don't know how he did in B. I don't
Yo,
get it.
no. Simon throws it up, man. He gives you a chance.
Exactly.
And he's got,
As a defender, we
he's
pick
got,
him off easily.
He's got he's got Nato Peuse to throw to.
Yeah, that was a huge pickup.
It's good, man. He lost from last year. He lost me and Jamal, but he replaced it with Nato Peuse and who else? Who else did he add?
Was Francesco guy?
Franciscus,
he looked great.
Spanti.
Simon
looked
was talking
great.
about this guy being unbelievable.
I don't know
played
if it was the French
Concordia.
connection or what, but he looked great.
Everyone understands
I'll
the
give
huddle that way.
No, I'll give him credit. He looked awesome, man. But Brocasian, they may be a division too high.
Well,
in my
so
opinion.
so there's a couple things here. One is my critique on Simon Dagenet, and you guys can tell me what you think. I think that a lot of times his play calling relies on people to win one-on-one matchups, calling strictly ISO concepts.
Yeah.
Whereas he very rarely uses floods and picks, and so when he has nothing to get him going.
Mhm.
So when he's gotten going, this is the Simon
Yeah.
Dagenet we see. So, like,
I love when
how
he
is
gets
the book
cocky.
not out on him?
I,
yet?
I love when he gets cocky, man.
But he's
I love it.
predictable.
I know.
You know pre-snap, like as the guys are running the route right away who he's going to. Like he looks in the direction, he waits for the cut, and then he just
with the weirdest motion. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
For
but
those of you listening to the podcast, Vinny made the
Yeah.
grenader motion that is
Yes,
Simon
sorry,
Dagenet's
yes, I
throwing.
know.
I
Oh,
don't
that's
even
what
care.
it was.
If he's got Nato Peuse to throw to, he could look at him all game and throw it to him, and he'll have success. Like, I'm telling you. And then it'll open the field up for everyone else after. Like, feed
I heard
Nato
Nato
Peuse.
Peuse is not on the team full time though. I heard he was sparing. That's what Simon told me.
Feed
Again,
him.
Simon. whatever
Feed
his name.
him.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's a good receiver.
Oh,
He's
great
great,
receiver.
great
Great
quarterback. He's a top 5 player in flag. Like
Top 5 two-way player, 100%.
3-way player. 3-way player.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's,
fair
he's
enough.
the top
fair
2
enough.
Although
3-way
two of the
player.
ways are the same way.
Well, quarterback, receiver. He's top 2
Yeah.
3-way player.
3-position player.
Yeah.
There you go.
The and for Brocasian,
They're gonna struggle this year. I hate to.
I feel
to
bad
be
for
mean.
Kyle, man.
Yeah.
Kyle's my boy. I love
Kyle
Kyle.
loves-
I played with Brocasian, and they're good. They're great guys. They are
Mhm.
great guys, man. Like
Yeah.
you don't wish them any.
Well, were they not able to play in Division C? Was that like the?
I don't know.
I don't know
I-
what Christian's rating is, but they struggle.
Christian might be slightly high, I think, maybe for Division C.
I don't
Yeah.
know if they couldn't fit in C or
Kyle's
they
rating's really high. Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But also, don't forget that Division C is closer to Division 4.
Yeah.
So would Brocasian be playing in Division 4?
But I mean,
You know?
they have the same team that they have that they had in 3, where they were I think a 6-4 team.
Yeah.
But I'm not on that
And
team
Dylan
now,
either.
and Dylan either. So,
So
it's
you
like
you
they
would
lost
yeah,
2
and
guys.
then I looked at the roster. It's okay, and I noticed, of course, that you're not playing there. And I said, well, who have they added?
Exactly. They didn't
Nobody.
add anybody.
They did.
It's
they have-
exactly the team that made the finals Division C last year, except they were not. They were what 6-4 last year also, and just had a nice run in the playoffs. But they're not.
They're gonna have a lot of problems in B, and I'm saying that with love for Brocasian. I play with you guys. I love you guys, but you guys are gonna get mashed, and again with love.
Not gonna struggle. You're gonna get mashed.
Yeah.
So I mean, we've gone through a great proportion of the games. We'll try to cover as much as possible.
Mhm.
I'm not one of the people who likes to forecast and plan. Like, we don't know what's going to happen.
No.
I'd rather talk about things that have actually happened.
Fair enough.
We will have our picks, of course, anyway, because people tend to like that. But in the meantime, I want to take a look at the divisions, both Division A and Division B. We'll go through this quickly, and who you guys think are the top teams, top tier teams and bottom tier teams. We won't do truly a power ranking, but
Okay.
I guess who do you think are the legit contenders, and who do you think really don't stand a chance? So Division A, does it come down to Rare Bears and Finest? Do the Braves make it to that conversation? What about the Monstars, so on and so forth?
So I'm gonna say that the Braves are gonna surprise everyone and have one of the better regular seasons.
Yes.
Because I just feel like the spring season for us, I'm talking about Rare Bears, like half of our guys barely ever come, just because they're like, okay, you guys are 9 today, you're 8 today, I'll miss the game, and that affects us, at the beginning of the year. Once everyone starts getting back into it to the playoffs, us and Finest will be the two teams to beat. But I think the regular season, Monstars, Braves, they're gonna surprise some teams, and you're gonna see a bunch of teams go 6-4. Like we'll probably go 6-4. Finest will probably go 7-3. It's gonna be a fun regular season just based on that.
Braves have a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
They're gonna come out every game full roster, playing their asses off, and they're gonna probably be one of the top. I think they're gonna finish first or even second in division.
Because they have something to prove, right? So all
Yeah.
these guys are gonna show up
and
every
they have
day.
the athletes who can prove it. So I
Exactly.
think they're gonna dominate.
I
think they're gonna do really well.
No, I think that's probably the only game where everyone from our team is going to want to be like, okay, let's show these guys what's up, because everyone else knows each other, right? And we all know, like, okay, come playoffs, things are going to change. But this team, no one knows each other.
Yeah.
So
I like
something to
Vinny showing his he's a rookie to the media, completely hedging his bets. They're gonna dominate. Well, they'll be okay.
yeah,
Like back-to-back sentences.
Dominate. I think they're gonna finish like 7-3. Dominate to me is like 8-9 wins. Get 9.
It's
10
just
wins.
funny though, because a lot of us and Simo's
I'm being more accurate.
Simo Dashney, the Division A and B writer, we talked about most of the show. He's the greatest victim of this. Is he overreacts to every single week? Like
I
he
played the Braves
forgets
twice. I
what
believe in
happens,
them.
and so like he's the kind of guy who would overreact and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, they're gonna dominate because they beat the Finest 1 week." You know what I mean?
No,
So-
but
I
I've
think
played this
that-
team twice. I've watched them play like at least 5 games last season, and I really think they're gonna do really well.
I think they're going
really
to finish
strong.
top 3 for sure. I think the Rainmakers and Top Guns will be the ones fighting for the last spot. But if Rainmakers can get a full team out, they have the experience, and I think that they want to do well. Like I think they want to do well so much or so badly that this might be the year that they can finally break through and make a finals again. Or I find it so
disagree.
open.
I think it's gonna. As much as I hate to say it for my own team, I think Top Guns and Monstars are gonna be the bottom 2 teams.
I was gonna say Monstars.
I played
see them being the
Monstars.
4 seed.
They
Yeah,
beat us.
no, I think
but
so
no.
too.
Yeah.
I agree. I think Monstars is going to be the 4 seed, and I think Rainmakers will be the 5 seed, and I think Top Guns, they should just go home. If Jamil doesn't show up, just go home.
But then again, the Top Gun surprised me last season too, where I thought they were done, and then
they beat
made
us
a
3
late run,
times.
and in Division B, I go through a quick rundown of the teams like I did for Division A. We have Incredibles, Kings, Drop the Mic, STL, Rich and Famous, OTF, Lightweight, 6 Fast Guys minus the cut Ryan Phillips. We are Ryan. Quan, Brocasian, KGP, and Coyotes. Who do you guys see? Let's say top 4, bottom 3.
Top 4, bottom 3. Okay, bottom 3, Brocasian,
Yes.
Lightweight, and
Who just scored 40 points because
they were playing
they
Brocasian.
just- it's true,
But they were playing
Brocasian.
Brocasian.
I think
so-
OTF will be one of the bottom 3 also.
Didn't they just win? No, they
No,
lost.
they
They
lost.
lost.
I think they're gonna be one of the bottom
Okay,
3.
yeah, and them, unfortunately.
I think a team that's gonna surprise is gonna be Drop the Mic.
They look good. Kings, I like what I saw out of the
Yeah.
score sheet, right? I always thought Rene was really good when he doesn't have 25 people yelling at him to throw him the ball.
Yeah, I feel so bad
Well,
for him
I
this
mean-
season.
It takes a specific kind of personality to respond in that kind of
Yeah.
circumstance. So perhaps this is what he needed, and like it's not a bad team. Jacques Void is
look,
very
I
good.
love
John
Void.
Lewis is very good.
I love Wood.
A guy not a lot of guys know, but who's making a name as he moves up in divisions is Marc-André Lapointe.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
really
he's
good,
good.
very
Very good
physical.
player. Very
Yeah,
physical,
physical
on
guy.
defense and underrated.
I like his
offensive
attitude,
player.
man. I really like that guy.
Yeah, he's got heart. It's good.
Yeah, he plays tough. So no, I think those 3 teams that we mentioned, OTF, Lightweight, and Brocasian,
Definitely.
those are
yeah.
the bottom 3 teams. But OTF can maybe surprise us. Those guys are talented.
KGP
the
might be
brothers.
one down there too.
My suggestion was
Yeah, I
gonna
actually
be-
forgot about them for half a second there. I watched the game yesterday.
You got to give Cutler some love. He's been in the league so long.
just because
he knows what
he's
he's
been in the
doing.
league a long time.
But,
doesn't
no,
mean
he
I
knows
give
what
him
he's
love.
doing, though.
I find there's a group of guys like that, and Cutler reminds me of this. And he's not bad by any stretch, but the league is getting better every year. And
He's capped off. He's done.
kind
Yeah,
of
he's
at
capped.
his max level. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
They
fine.
have
I
a
mean,
huge ad though. I watched their game and he would just throw the ball up the middle, and Justin McLean out of nowhere would You look at it, you see two defenders, like easy interception. Justin McLean out of nowhere just jumps in front of both of them, makes a sick play.
Yeah.
I think he's buddies with Mahoney though, so I wonder if Liam's gonna come out and play a little bit in the spring. That would be
Perhaps.
that would
If
be
he
a good ad.
fits, yeah,
Yeah,
if he'll
that would be a
fit.
good ad for them. Then they wouldn't be definitely bottom 3 by any chance.
Top 3,
No.
Top 3, STL,
top 4. Sorry, we said top 4.
top 4,
STL definitely.
STL. They're
Rich
the
and
team to beat.
famous. I've given us love there. I think we're gonna beat
Not yet. I think we will be, but I think we need to mesh first. We need to get we need to
And
figure
you
our
guys
stuff
being
out.
rich and famous.
Yeah. So I won't put us in there yet. I'll go with STL Quan.
Drop the mic. I gotta give
drop the mic and either is the quarterback playing for Coyotes? What's the deal?
Yeah, he just missed week 1. He's out of town. Him and his
So-
brother and Shmuda missed the game
Okay,
too.
so and then I'll put Rich and Famous and Incredibles in that little pocket in between.
What about 6 fast minus Ryan?
No, 6 Fast is up there. How'd you miss 6 Fast?
Because they
I don't
are
really-
all
I
fast.
don't know them that well.
Okay, 6 Fast. I would definitely jump a bunch of them, honestly, over
Really?
Coyotes
even,
especially.
Even Quan?
They-
I
6
see.
Fast jump Quan.
I see
6
Quan,
Fast jump
STL,
Yeah.
6 fast, and then it's Incredibles or Rich and Famous or Coyotes, kind of in that
The
second
thing about
tier of the
Again,
best teams.
I'm giving love to drop the
We're-
mic,
we're
but
also-
they have
we're-
one of the most.
You're not giving Kings any credit either.
There's also Kings.
Okay, but you have to pick 4. I can't pick 8 teams.
No, I'm just saying.
You
so
also can't pick 8 teams. That's
Yeah.
mathematically correct.
I think drop the mic has the best receiving core. Looking at their team, watching them play, they have this Timothy God.
Yeah, he's good, man.
That
That
guy's
guy's
really
good.
Took a
That
couple
guy's
seasons
awesome.
off. He's unbelievable.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Troy Trench, guy kid. I think he runs as fast as Giddens, and Giddens to me is the fastest player in the league.
I hate when this guy says things like that.
Why?
It's up there though. Troy Trench is
It's
a very,
fast,
very good
man.
receiver.
Have you seen this guy play?
No, but I
Yeah.
did see Godber
So don't
play,
say. You
and
don't know him play.
he is awesome.
Godber is unbelievable. Yeah.
I really like. He's big. He's fast. He's physical.
He made Ed Shoshan look like a good quarterback. So I mean,
Well, that's years ago, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
that's the last time I played against him.
Jeez, no. I think he played a game with us like 2 years ago with D Boys, just like half a game because we were
Okay.
short, and he was money. I was like, tell this guy to come play.
Yeah.
No, he's good. He's very
Yeah.
good. So as of next week, we likely will have Chapman with a ridiculous segment, as I like to introduce to these shows. But in the meantime, this is Chapman's favorite segment. It is.
What segment am I doing now?
Game of the week, maybe.
Oh, we're doing games of the week.
Your favorite segment.
You said you didn't like picking stuff like 5 minutes ago.
I know, but I don't listen to the things
We're
I
gonna talk
say.
about the future.
Damn it. We'll talk about the future then.
So
In
we'll go-
games of the week.
We'll get your picks quickly, and then like 2 sentences max on why you
Max.
think that.
Max.
So let's start in Division
Division A.
Division A.
Yeah, I was going to say Division 1 for a second, but anyway. So we have Rare Bears versus DA Finest.
I say, well, we'll leave Marco out of this one. I say Finest win this one. Rare Bears don't look right just yet, as they tend not to early in the season.
Mhm.
I'm also gonna take DA Finest just because they have Rare Bear's number.
Top Guns versus Braves.
We'll leave Vinny out of this one. Marco?
No, they're gonna get destroyed. Braves are
They're
gonna
being Top
Braves,
Guns?
Yeah, Braves are gonna kill them.
Yeah, I think so as well.
3
Jonathan
scores.
Mayhew is very
Wow,
difficult to stop.
3 scores. My
It's
God.
I think it's 2.5, 3 scores.
Rainmakers versus Monstars.
I personally think Monsters. I'm excited to see what they have. I think it's just not a very good matchup for Rainmakers, despite
Mhm.
having better, like Ryan Castner, for example. Like,
Yeah.
Despite being better at specific positions,
Mhm.
I think that they're not quite as complete as Monsters.
Right. I think that if Rainmakers have like Teddy, I think he's on the roster, right? Teddy Fournette.
Mhm.
If Teddy's there and they have some of their other guys and they show up on time, I think they'll win this game. But I think it'll be really close. I think it'll be like come down to extra points, maybe 34-32 game.
To Marco's point, I think it's gonna be Monstars if they have Bisbois back in their full squad.
He should be back though. As far as I know,
Yeah.
he's here.
If he's back, then that offense is strong.
Division B. We have OTF versus the Incredibles.
Incredibles.
Yeah, no, I'll ride with Incredibles on this one.
Until I see Justin Smoller get back into form, because he could be a great quarterback.
But actually, I don't
Yeah.
think Papich is there this week.
Oh,
So
I
that,
still stay
that
with
might
Incredibles,
that might
though.
make a huge difference.
they might find a spare. I think Incredibles.
I think Incredibles. I think Rexton rights the ship.
KGP versus Six Fast Guys minus Ryan Philippe.
Right.
I'm gonna go
Filippi.
6. I'm gonna go 6 fast minus Ryan Filippi. There's just way too much speed on this team, and I just think that KGP will have trouble keeping up.
6 fast dominating that game.
I'm gonna shoot my boys a shot here. Like if Gordon Hogan's there, if James Crow comes to play, if Phil Smart with what he does, I think they might have a chance to pull one out. You know, I like those underdogs.
James Crow's awesome. He's just underused.
Yeah.
Coyotes versus Quan.
I don't know who's showing up for this game.
Everybody's
On either
back
side.
apparently. From what I spoke to
That
Coyotes
means
yesterday.
nothing.
So
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for?
I spoke to Coyotes yesterday. Their full squad's supposed to be back.
So in that case, I go Coyotes because they're full squad, and I don't know about Quan.
I go with Coyotes because exactly I don't know what's gonna happen with Quan. I feel like they're like the top guns of Div B. You just never know what you're gonna get. I think the way Coyotes play, like they're always been together, right? So I go with them.
I still take Quan.
Lightweight versus drop the mic.
I'm gonna say drop the mic. Chenard, Godber, Anderson, Jordan Mitchell. I saw Jordan Mitchell play in Division C. I mean, he's quarterback.
He didn't play in B. He didn't play in B.
He didn't play in B, but
He wasn't there for that
I'm
game.
guessing he'll be back
Yeah.
because he played in C, and I didn't know how fast that kid is and how shifty he is.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So I'm excited to see this team, and I'm excited. I think they're gonna win this
We
game.
give a
I'm gonna
shout out
go-
to Pat Chenard rushing this
I'm
week.
Why? What do you do?
He rushed for drop the mic.
Oh, awesome. I'm gonna go with drop the mic, and I think Dagenet is gonna come back to form, throw like 3 or 4 picks.
Hopefully, he
Agreed.
won't do C this week.
What Marco said. Exactly what Marco said.
Brocation versus Rich and Famous.
Ooh, poor guys.
Nah.
Poor
Well,
guys.
So this is not a good week for picks because we're all picking the same things because I see a lot.
No,
of
I went the
blogs
other way. I went the other way on one.
on one, but overall, man, this is an unbalanced second week of football. I say Rich and Famous.
Depends who shows up for Rich and Famous.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Kyle, you're my boy.
Man, we gotta, if they lose, we gotta cut this up and replay it
Yeah.
all
Oh,
shit.
Every week.
Kyle,
Every week.
Kyle doesn't want this
It-
work.
It'll be the promo for the Division A and B podcast. Final game.
STL versus Kings.
Ooh, that's a good game.
That's a good game.
Very good
I'm
game.
gonna
That's
ride.
the game of the week.
That's
I'm
the
gonna
game of the
ride
week.
with STL on this
Yeah.
hard.
Theo's gonna dominate
Yeah,
that game.
I think Theo was a little bit upset after his week 1 game with STL. They only won by 1, and then our game we didn't really show up to play. I think he's gonna dominate.
I think Matt Rene just does slightly more. Kings beat STL by like a point or 2.
Nah, I take SCL.
All right, we'll see.
It's okay.
Gentlemen, final thoughts.
Vinny is okay.
It's fantastic. Thank you for
Vinny's okay when
At
you hang
best.
out with him like for like 45 minutes.
Mhm.
Anything longer than that is just way too much.
I got nothing. Chat,
Chat, final thoughts?
I'm one and done with Marco here.
So apparently Lucky Charms is giving away 10,000 marshmallow only boxes. Why did they not just make those to begin with to sell to customers?
I mean, because of diabetes,
How do you know this?
The internet.
Oh my god.
because the internet.
I want
The
diabetes.
internet is
Give me my
undefeated.
marshmallows.
I'm gonna go one thing. I learned something this week. Actually, I learned that the rush zone is, I believe 2 yards to either side of the bag or a yard to either side of the bag, but it extends to infinity. So you can take you can be like 3 yards back and get a running
Kevin
start.
St.
No
Pierre,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, I did not. And I was
I
like,
always knew that though. You didn't know that?
Well, I said, well, if he does that, like, can I get in his way because he doesn't have protection? And the ref was like, oh no, he has protection.
What?
And I was like, the rusher can get a head start. And I can't do anything about it.
Oh no! Don't let this become the CFL, Rob. Take that
So-
away.
No,
I
receivers
think-
still can't move forward.
No, I
That's,
know, but
that's a
still.
rule I think that needs to be adjusted.
Yeah.
Rules committee members who's sitting in this room need to know that because I think that's ridiculous. But anyway, thank you, Marco. Thank you, Vinny. Good first show.
Yeah.
We'll iron out the kinks just like your team. Chapman, thanks for
Teams.
teams.
Yeah.
plural.
Fair enough. Yeah. Agreed.
Chap, thanks for all the work you do. And remember, goodbye.